Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Chella, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite movies on Netflix. So I'm filming this the same day that I filmed my top 10 favorite TV shows, so if you haven't watched that already, I have two of those. I have my most recent one. Watch it, click the little eye up there, and I also have my older one from last year. Click the little eye up there. I've decided to wear the same sweater that I wore in the first one, just kind of like, I don't know. I just decided to do it. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over my favorite movies on Netflix, or you could probably get them on YouTube as well, or any movie watching app thing, I don't know, or you can definitely get them on iTunes too. So the first movie is Battle. This movie, I don't remember what country it's from. Okay, it's Norwegian. There we go. So it's a dance movie, kind of like, think of like Step Up, but like better acting. Like, I love the Step Up movies, but the acting isn't the best part of them. No shade. So the main character, oh my god, what? She was in this like teen TV show. Oh my god, what was it called? Scam. She was in Scam. The main character was in Scam. Watch that if you haven't watched it. Great show. So she was in Scam. But in this, she plays a dancer, a modern dancer. And she goes to like this dance school. And the dance teacher of the school has one of her former students now works for this like modern dance company, and they're going to take one student from this school to go to that dance company. And obviously, you know, she wants to be a part of it, but she's not the best dancer. One of her friends is the better dancer. It's a little bit of drama there. But her dad falls in hard times, and there's some issues with her dad and money, so they have to move. And she moves to like the poorer area, but she's like living this lie because she goes to like this really fancy school, and this private school, and just trying to keep up this lie that, you know, her life is fine. Obviously, there is a ton of dancing in this movie because it's a dance movie, and in a dance movie you need some dance-offs, so there are some dance-offs. Next movie is Kerry. I think that's how you say it. I watched this such a long time ago, but essentially this girl, she is an absolute genius, but she definitely has some issues because she went to college when she was like 15, so she wasn't, I guess, mentally prepared for it because she was so young. She has a relationship with her teacher, with one of her professors, and that also ends up causing a lot of issues for her as she gets older. Now she's like in her 20s, and she goes to a therapist, and you kind of see the story evolve and her kind of becoming a person, you know, getting an actual job and really figuring things out because she's had a hard time. She didn't really get to grow up. To see her finally grow up and deal with all of the issues and the things that happened to her while she was in college, and how she was taken advantage because she was so young. Next show is Miss Stevens. This also kind of has like a kind of creepy teacher-student relationship. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So there's this teacher, she's an English teacher, she's also in charge of like the drama club, and the students want to go to this like drama competition, and so she takes them, and it's kind of them at the competition. So this movie came out in 2016. It has Lily Reinhardt in it, and I love her. She's so adorable. It also has Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, I said that right? He is perfect. I absolutely love him. He was great in Beautiful Boy too. Watch that. Like, it just kind of shows a rawness to being a teenager and figuring out who you are, which can be hard when you're a teenager, and it has that to it, which I like. Next movie is Bad Education. I talked about the TV show and my TV show edition. There is also a movie with all of the characters from the show and like the last hijinks and all the ridiculousness that they get up to while they're on like a school trip. And it's really sweet. It's like the last hurrah. And they get into like a lot of stuff, a lot of issues. They blow up a house. They do a bunch of ridiculous things. Like, I don't want to like say too much, but it's really funny. It's like, what can I compare it to? Think of like the In-Betweeners movie, like that kind of comedy. Like, that's what it has. Yeah. Or In-Betweeners in general, the TV show, if you've seen that. Next is Empire Records. This is like a classic movie. It's from 1995. So it's about these kids, teenagers, early 20s, who work in a record store. And it takes place over, I think, like 2 days or something, or maybe a day. I don't remember. I watched it a while ago. And all of like the relationships they have with each other. It deals with depression. It also talks about friendships and love and romance and going after what you want almost. And yeah, it's just really good. It's like a nice classic. It's like a cult movie, I guess. It has a pretty big following, so if you haven't seen it already, what are you doing? Watch it. It's great. Go ahead. Like stop watching this video right now and go watch it. Next is Are We There Yet? So this was one of my favorite movies growing up. I loved to watch this. I think there was a TV show as well. I think there's also a sequel to this. Don't know what it's called. I haven't seen that. But I loved Are We There Yet growing up. So it's this family. I think they're going, I haven't watched it in ages, but they're going to move into their new house. And so it's like them getting there, all the drama and like stuff that happens while they're on their way driving to their new home. And it's just funny. It's really comedic. Just a nice family comedy, I guess. Yeah, I feel like you can watch it with anybody, different ages. There are different jokes that, like an 8-year-old kid's gonna get, or a joke that like a 40-year-old parent is gonna get. So it just goes throughout the spectrum. The next is Palm Trees in the Snow. So this is a Spanish movie. I watched this a while ago. I've watched it twice. It is really, really good. So one of the characters' dad had recently died, and she finds these letters, I think. And she's like trying to figure out, there's this family secret, and she's trying to figure it out. So she travels to, where did she travel to? Oh my god. Let me Google it. I do not remember. She goes to the island of Bioko. I don't know where that is. I'm sorry, I'm kind of dumb. I don't know where that is. But she goes there, and she finds out her dad had this relationship with this woman who was a nurse before he married her mom. And so this nurse was supposed to be married to like the tribesman, I guess, of this area. There are moments in it where I remember crying, just because of how awful some of the scenes were. And they were just so hard to watch, and then there were other scenes that were just so beautiful that all you could do is smile, and because they were just so beautiful. Next movie is The African Doctor. This is a French movie. It's about this doctor. He's from Africa. He moves to France with his family. He tells everybody in like his home country, I don't remember which African country it was, but he tells everybody that he is going to be a doctor in Paris, but he ends up being a doctor in like this small little town. And they discuss the racism there, because a lot of these people had never seen people of color before. So there's that aspect to it, and also them like fitting in, because you know, moving into a new area can be hard, so the kids settling in, and it's really sweet, and the neighborhood kind of surrounds themselves and like fall in love with this family, and vice versa. There are also a ton of just funny moments in it, like when their family comes to visit. It's just so funny. They bring like a brigade of cars over and just a ton of people, and it's really, really funny. The next movie is We Are Family. This is also, well, the next two movies are also French movies. I really do like French movies. This movie, oh my god! Movie, We Are Family. So it's about, so there is this family, well, multiple families, but they're all connected because their parents the people are either siblings or they're divorced and then they married someone else. So all of these kids are somehow related to each other. And the kids in the movie decide that they don't want to deal with going from their mom's house to their dad's house to their step-parents' house, just going back and forth, and they're tired of it. So they decide to lie to all of their parents and say that they're at their other parents' house, and they decide to stay at one of the kids' grandparents' house and live there. And the parents kind of like, what are you doing? What? Because the kids want the parents, instead of the kids traveling from house to house, the parents, 1 week, 2 sets of parents will be there, and another week, and so it switches off. So the kids don't move, but the parents do instead. And there's like drama within that. The kids, like the relationship with the kids and their parents, the parents' relationships with their exes, and new relationships with new people, the kids falling in love with people. Yeah, it's just a really sweet, nice family movie. And the last movie is La Dream Team. This is also a French movie. This is about this soccer player who kind of like gets into some trouble. It's like a bad boy. But he's like 35, so it's kind of sad. He's kind of behaving like a frat boy. And so his manager is like, you can't do this anymore. Like, the tabloids are writing all this stuff. You've got to stop. So go back to your old small town. Go there, stay there for a while, and, you know, fix your image. So he goes back. He coaches the soccer team there, the kids' soccer team, and he falls in love with the team. He reunites with his father, and his relationship with his family gets better, and he falls in love while he's there, and all of this stuff happens, and it's just really great because you see the kids, you really fall in love with the kids as well, and you also kind of end up liking this guy who was a completely terrible person in the beginning. And it's just great. All of these movies overall are great. I probably did a terrible job talking about them. I might have given too much information away, but they are all great movies. Yeah, I love all of them. So consider watching some of these. Yeah, and all of the movies will be down below if you want to watch them, and their trailers. So yeah, thanks for watching this. Bye!